Good morning, bird brains. Welcome back to another episode out on the Dyna again today. And today we're going to be doing a little Q&A session. I put up a poll on my social medias. If you're not following me, the link down in the description. But basically just posted a general Q&A. This is a way for people to just ask me a question and have their questions answered here on a video. I do these once every few months, but it has been a little bit longer than that since I've done my last one. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So Mark asked, and this is a question I've been getting quite a bit lately, is when is Miss Bird going to be riding her own bike? Now, this is a tough one for me just because it has been kind of a touchy topic between us. But Miss Bird is just, I don't know if she's lacking inspiration or if she's scared or intimidated. I've been trying to be as supportive and positive as I possibly can, but I'm in a hard position because with me, being the fiance and being so close to the situation, what I like to attribute it to is, like, I don't know how other guys have had this, but when I was growing up, when my dad tried to teach me something, I wouldn't listen. But if a coach tried to teach me something, I would listen. But because it was my dad, I wouldn't listen because, it was my dad. So I feel like we kind of have that same relationship going, which kind of sucks. But I think after the last ride she took on the Dyna, she realized like how much more comfortable she'd be on her own bike. I think that kind of, lit the fire again. Right now, her bike is still in pieces. We still are in the middle of a build series right now. So there's still going to be a little bit of time before she's even able to ride. But I think that it is getting close. I just don't feel comfortable putting a time frame on it. So Mark also asked, where do I want to visit to ride? That list is pretty long, actually. I want to go ride in Big Bend National Park. We're going to be checking that off in September. I guess I would just do my top 3, and that would be Colorado, California, and then probably a tie between like southern Tennessee and Arkansas. I want to do like Tail of the Dragon and stuff like that, but I would say Colorado is probably top of my list. California probably number 2. No set plans to go to either of those, but I've got quite a bit of vacation I need to take next year, so maybe next year? I don't know. We'll see. Mark also asks, God, Mark, how many questions did you ask, dude? What are your plans for the Dyna and future bikes? I don't know what you specifically meant on this. I'm going to take it one of two ways. Either am I going to keep the Dyna and what are my future bikes, or like what is my end goal for the Dyna? To answer the first one, in case you missed that video, I am going to keep the Dyna. I am going to be paying it off, and I will be getting into a bagger, most likely a Road Glide, but we'll see when that time comes. But if you meant more of the end goal type question, I want to do a lot more upgrades on this bike. I still have quite the lengthy list for the Dyna build series, but we're getting to the part now where everything is just expensive. Some of the things, I won't go into big detail just because I don't want to bore you guys, but some of the big ticket items that I would like to upgrade is cams and suspension. As far as front suspension, rear suspension I'm still in love with, but front suspension could definitely do some upgrades. I feel like if I am going to upgrade, I'm going to go big, probably either like some Race Tech or some Legends, complete inverted forks, just the whole 9 yards. Mark also asked, will you ever do road trips on your bike for a long period of time, a week or longer? I don't have any immediate plans. We are doing the Bring It Home ride, which is going to be 3 days, and then we're also doing the Big Bend trip, which is going to be 4 days. We will have follow cars on both of those, so I don't know if that counts, but as of right now, there's nothing set in stone. I would like to eventually. It's just I don't want to do it by myself, and Miss Bird can't do those kind of miles, so it's like one of those situations where I'd have to go with friends. And when you think of that, you bring into, you know, can they get the time off of work? Are they going to be available? Will they have the money to do it? It just brings on a whole nother slew of ifs. But definitely something that I would like to do. Moto Ricky Ricardo asked something along the same question. Will you ever go moto camping? The answer to that is yes, and that will probably happen before the road trips, just because we have a lot of areas very close to town that would be suitable for moto camping. I know Team Bradley has been just dying to go, so I'll probably just gonna leave that one up to him and say, yo, plan something, and then I'll do it. Like I've said before, he's white as hell, so camping is definitely more of his forte. Cargo 636 asked, when you coming out to hit the Tail of the Dragon? I feel like a broken record. Unfortunately, no set dates as of right now, but it will happen. That is something on my bucket list. That is something that I really want to do. So hopefully within the next couple years, I'll put it to that. My dad retires next month, so with me having time off and him having all the time off in the world, he also has a toy hauler, like a camper travel trailer where you can put the bikes in. So doing those long distance trips would be really easy to trailer the bikes. So that might be something that happens maybe sooner than I realized. The Blue Bike and Doyle asked, do you like PB&J sandwiches? Unfortunately, on this new diet, I cannot have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I can't have any of the ingredients. I can have a little bit of peanut butter, but not much. But before the diet, I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. My only issue with them is that they give me just ridiculous heartburn. I know that sounds weird because, like, usually when you think heartburn, you think, you know, hot wings and chili and stuff like that. I can eat hot wings and chili all day long, and I'm fine. If I have, like, peanut butter and bread, I'm dead. So I think I have some sort of like wheat intolerance or something like that. But fun fact, since I've started this keto journey, I have not had heartburn a single time. So it was definitely something in the carbs. Mark also asked, are you an innie or an outie? What the hell, Mark? I don't feel comfortable giving you information about my belly button. Man, what the hell? Oh, we're right by the Air Force Base. That's what that is. God damn, that's loud. I don't know if you guys can hear on the mic, but... Hi, dogs! But to answer your question, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I felt needed to say that. Fun fact, that used to be a middle school. That's the middle school I went to when I lived here in San Antonio. Blockhead asks, what's the most difficult thing you had to deal with when being diagnosed with a gingivitis? Man, you guys are some f***ing assholes with these questions sometimes. RD Ride or Die asks, would you do reviews of metric cruisers? Absolutely. I would love to get an opportunity to test those out. Problem is that most dealers outside of Harley dealers are not as keen to letting you take their bikes and test ride them. So if someone asked me to ride their bikes, I'm down to do it. But all of my previous attempts to test ride metric cruisers have not gone well. Although I am able to, it is in my agreement with Harley that I am able to do other brands test rides, so it's an option. Uncle Ken asked, do you go sock shoe, or sock shoe, shoe? If you go sock shoe, you need to be arrested and kept away from the general population because you are clinically insane and need to be separated from everyone. I go sock shoe because I'm a normal person. Micah asked, will there ever be a Europe tour? We've had a little, just a smidgen of a hint of a talk with some people across the pond, but I don't even want to mention any details because I don't want to give people, you know, false hope. But I would definitely be down for it. I think going over and touring Europe on some Harleys would be amazing, but it's going to be expensive. It's going to be a lot of time off of work, so unless I get my trip paid for, probably not going to happen anytime soon. Dawn asked a long question about Ducati and HD kind of going at it, and I think someone in the comments answered it pretty spot on. Apparently Harley-Davidson tried to purchase Ducati, and Ducati is owned by Audi, I believe, and Audi backed out at the last second, so he thinks that is why Harley is going to these, you know, the Diavel style bikes. I don't know. We could sit here and speculate all day long. We're never going to know the real answer, so to me it's just kind of a waste of time to even think about it. Braxton asked, will there ever be a Blockhead and Bike&Bird collaboration? Fun story about that is we've actually tried quite a few times. I want to say 3 or 4 times we've been in talks of me going to Florida. He's never volunteered to come to Texas. Huh. Funny how that works. What the hell, Blockhead? You don't want to come to the best state in the world? That's cool. It's alright, probably couldn't handle it anyways. But we've talked about it a few times. We definitely had some plans in order, but it literally just comes down to time and money. Going to Florida from Texas is expensive, so nothing on the books, but hopefully sometime soon. Matthew asked, are you planning to get a new bike? Hopefully within the next 2 years. That's the kind of the time frame I'm putting on myself, and if the channel keeps going like it is and my job keeps going like it is, that should be doable. What's your favorite route for a day trip in your area? For a day trip, as far as like taking the entire day, I'd have to go with the Boopum Loop. That's the route that's just northeast of the Twisted Sisters. Of course, it's riddled with bad history as far as, you know, bikes going down and Dyna's trying to eat street glides, but other than that, it's a great route. A little to no traffic, good pavement. That'd have to take the cake. Henry asks, when are you coming back to California? And if you do, let me know. I got a few bikes you can choose from to ride. I was really trying to get to California for the Southern California Motovlogger meetup. Unfortunately, with the other trips that we planned, it just kind of got put on the back burner and just don't have the time or the money to make it out there. Hopefully sometime next year. No plans set in stone. I feel like I need to make a damn t-shirt that says that. Eric asks, what's your favorite place to ride in the San Antonio area? That's still going to have to be Cielo Vista. That's the little route over on the northwest side. Very technical route. It's probably one of the best twisty roads that we have in the area. So it's definitely, of course, one of my favorites. And last but not least, Bill asked, do you dye your beard? No. Unfortunately, that is just the color that I was blessed with. The fun fact about that, though, is that you get your hair color genes from 4 different parts of DNA. So you get 2 from your dad, 2 from your mom. Ow. So your head, facial, body, and pubic hair can all be different colors. And not to, you know, TMI, but all 4 of mine are very, they're not super different, but they're pretty different. So the carpet does not match the drapes nor the facial hair. Well, guys, that was probably the most interesting Q&A that I've ever done. Like I said, if you want to get your questions in on this Q&A, you can either A, join the Patreon that guarantees your at least one of your questions to be on here, or B, go follow me on any social media, and if your question's good enough, it'll make it onto the episode. Other than that, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and punch that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. What the hell are you doing? Yellow means go! There's no cross traffic. Where are they gonna turn into the damn barriers? Sorry, guys. Alright, see you guys next time.